For Starting Block, I'll look at startups disrupting business as usual. Today we explore startups that only cater to half the world's population, women and girls. We start with a look at companies taking the shame out of menstruation. In polite conversation, or perhaps out of embarrassment, people call it that time of the month. But according to UNESCO, that embarrassment is a key reason why young girls around the world miss school. And for millions of women, the lack of basic feminine hygiene products is putting them behind educationally and financially. Now, several governments have launched initiatives to improve access to these items, but some entrepreneurs say the need far outweighs the progress being made. For many girls living in rural areas of developing nations, 1 week out of every month they face a difficult choice: fall behind in school or risk being humiliated in front of classmates. Menstruation, commonly known as periods, keeps 1 in 10 African girls out of school every month, according to UNICEF.
Because my mother didn't have money to buy me pads, so that's why I was absent from school.
Sanitary pads and tampons are basic feminine hygiene products most people take for granted in developed regions. People like Sue Barnes. The former fashion designer grew up in South Africa, where she had easy access to such items. Barnes was in disbelief when she learned girls in rural areas were using sand, leaves, plastic packets, newspapers, and even slices of corn as makeshift sanitary pads. And most of them missed school rather than risk the embarrassment of a public accident. That's when she used her fashion know-how to launch Subs Pads.
Just thinking that these girls are missing so much school, and my daughter being dyslexic, just thinking that if she had to miss a month of school every month, she wouldn't catch up by the next month by the time she was missing school again.
Barnes designed reusable sanitary pads and underwear that can last for up to 5 years, a much cheaper alternative to disposable pads from drugstores. Entrepreneurs across the continent are also taking up the challenge to make feminine hygiene products more affordable. In Rwanda, sustainable health enterprises wanted to help low-income working women hold on to their jobs by not having to call out sick for a week each month. They designed low-cost pads made out of banana tree fibers.
The idea was to make pads using something that was natural and could be harvested locally, because in addition to making a product that's friendly for women and girls, we also want to build the economy and create jobs. So we were looking for local materials that could be made into something really absorbent.
Startups are finding that it's easier for people to ignore an issue that only affects half the population. But they hope improving the dignity of the world's mothers, sisters and daughters is something the whole population can stand behind.